Good evening, everyone. Just hold on for a minute or so. We said the starting time is 4, right? So we'll start out at. Hello, guys. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I think we can start off. I hope everybody is there, and I hope people are able to see me on YouTube as well. I'm just waiting for a confirmation from my colleague that YouTube is also on, so that we can start off. Yeah, please don't annotate on the screen. Yeah, so I think we can start off. Great, guys. You're able to see the screen. Let me start off with welcoming you all. Thanks a lot for taking time and being available. To attend this session on June. Yeah, I'm sorry. Somebody else also has to mute. There's some background noise, and my YouTube was also playing from somebody. So anyway, coming back. So let me start off. Yeah. So hello all, welcome once again, and we are here at in the last lap, about 20 odd days left for your CA Foundation June 22 exams. Pawan, who is the maths faculty, was also supposed to join, but there's some unfortunate incident for one of his friends, so he's rushed there. But he said that he'll try and make it. So probably once he's in, we'll patch him through. But for now, I think let's start off, right? I guess some people are leaving. I don't know why, whatever the reason is. Let's continue. Okay, so friends, so what is it that is there in, what is it that we're going to discuss in this particular session so the last lap, what are the things to note? Guys, please stop annotating on the screen. What are the things that we are going to discuss today? So first thing is there are 26 days left. Today is 28th, right? So exams are starting from 24th. So 23 days in June and about 29, 30 and 31st of May. So about 26 days are left. Assuming that the last 6 days you'll be working or preparing for paper 1, which is Principles and Practice of Accounting. I think 20 days are there for other 3 subjects. Right. So it is very important for you to actually, work backwards. Right. This is what I did. And this is what a lot of people whom I know have done when they were doing revision, which is they start from paper 4 revision and then go to paper 2 and then finally towards paper 1. So typically you'll end up between 5 to 7 days or 6 days per subject, depending on what you are comfortable with, which subject you're comfortable with. But please ensure that you spend these 6 days fully on a specific subject, right? The next thing, what is very important is it is during this time, if you've already created your own revision notes, which you wish to use for revision the day before exam. Okay, so this is very, very important. You have to have separate, small, very, very crisp notes, probably 10 pages, 20 pages, 30 pages, some number of pages where you are actually using those notes for revision, one day before the exam. So if you're not prepared it, my suggestion is you can use this 6 or 7 days to, create those notes, keep, A4 papers or books or whatever you're comfortable with. It doesn't matter. Use those to create, those kind of revision notes, right? And in these 6-7 days or 5 to 7 days, depending on the subject, please ensure you write at least 2 marks. Right now, paper series 1 and series 2. Series 1 is already out. Series 2 will be out in some time, probably 30th or so. Please write these papers. It is very, very important that you write these mock exams. And there are 2 primary reasons. One, you guys maybe, some of you may be writing in 12th standard. Some of you may have, already written 12th standard. You could be under various circumstances. But believe me, it has been some time since you've actually written an exam. So it is very important that you guys write an exam, because your hand will start paining the first day when you put pen to paper. Believe me, I have faced this not only in CA exams. I have faced this in every exam that I've written in my life. The first day, hand starts aching. You should not be in that scenario. Your hand should be it should be a well-oiled hand, so that, you are on that day, on the day of exam, you're not, wringing your wrist, you're not, doing things like this and all that. You're very comfortable. That is very, very important. Second thing, you're writing, this is a CA exam. This is not your board exam. Questions may or may not be easy. I'm not saying all board exams are easy, but I'm saying questions may or may not be easy, right? So some of you may get tensed. Okay. Some of you may actually, start sweating in the exam hall and things like that. So you should get out of that, and you should actually take a, examination condition exam. If you have not already taken, you should definitely do that in these days. Please isolate yourself in a room. Take a question paper, take a mock test, read for first 15 minutes, put a timer beside you, write it under 100% exam conditions. Very, very important, right? That is these are the 2 primary reasons: handwriting practice and exam conditions. And you please note, I'm not talking anything about the subject, okay? Because whatever you've done in last 6 months to 8 months is what is going to help you. Suddenly, in last 20 days, you will not be able to mug up or, learn everything afresh. Right. So 95% of your preparation, believe me, is already done. You are just in the last, lap, right? You please do not learn anything new. Okay. If it is a small thing, great. If it's something tricky, okay. But don't try and start learning something new afresh today, because that will only create confusions and problems. And believe me, what I'm saying is for generally everybody. I'm taking a very broad average, measures of central tendency and dispersion, right? So I'm referring to the median and average people. I'm not referring to the exceptional people. I'm not referring to the people on the other side. I'm referring to the average ordinary people. All of us, if we start doing things afresh now, most likely we'll unnecessarily get confused or tense. So please don't do things. And if it is an easy topic, go for it. But if you want to start integration and differentiation today, and you want to crack the whole thing, or probability today and crack the whole thing, and then, finally write in the exam, I would definitely say no. Okay. I have some more slides, which I will take you through. But first, what I want to tell you is you have 6 to 7 days that are left. Okay. Please note, you have to write mock papers, start revision backwards, and ensure that you use these 20 days well. And I'm not saying study 24 hours. If anybody has told you that study more than 9 hours or 10 hours, I wouldn't really believe them. Okay. At least, especially in the last 20 days, it is very important that you are healthy. I know it is mango season. I know it is ice cream season. I know it is lychee season. I know a lot of seasons are around. Please don't catch cold or cough or something which will unnecessarily create problems for you. So in the last 20 days, stay fit, stay well, eat sattvic food. Don't go and eat something outside which will spoil your stomach. And then, on top of, as it is the subject, there is a subject which you're confused, you also have problems with your stomach. Right. Please don't get into those scenarios. These 20 days are very important. Sleep on time, at 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock. If you're late nighters, that is fine. But otherwise, generally sleep on time. Wake up early in the morning, go for a walk, come back, study for 8 to 9 hours, more than sufficient. It is not as if our syllabus is some PhD syllabus. It is very simple syllabus. Okay, you had whatever you had to do in the last 6 months or 10 months, you have already done. Today starting something and trying to invent or discover something, nothing is going to happen. So, and believe me, this is more a mind game than actually a game of knowledge. Okay, I will explain to you why that is also the case. Let us move to the next slide. Right, what is the next slide? Have something about what is this? Yeah. What about paper 3? So I have discussed about generally what you should do in for CA foundation. But what about specifically paper 3? That is specifically maths, stats, and LR, or maths, LR, and stats. See, you have 18 chapters, and out of these 18 chapters, I've told you 5 to 7 days, depending on how you're comfortable. Please choose 5 to 4 or 5 topics every day and go through them thoroughly. Okay, probably you can keep a day or two for mock test. Please finish 4 to 5 chapters a day. And if you are creating the short notes or something, please create that and keep it with you. Okay, and please solve the tough problems. Please note the problems, what you think, what you should revise one day before the exam. Okay, and as I said, don't start any new topic. Okay, and one more thing, I don't know how many of you are aware, we have excellent formula sheet in our resources. I don't know how many of you have seen it. Right, I'm pretty sure most of you would have seen it. Please print it or download it or write it in your own hands. Best thing, if you ask me, is write it in your own hands. Okay, and keep those A4 sheet papers with you or a book with you, whatever it is, and go through it every day, morning, early in morning, 20 minutes. Okay, if you're doing this for other subjects also, it is great. Every day morning, after brushing your teeth and having your bath, probably 20 minutes, just go through the formula sheet and don't try to speed, flip pages. It is just going through peacefully, line by line, spending 20 seconds in each line. Like that, go through it 20 minutes. Believe me, you will retain and remember a lot. Okay. Somebody is, not on mute. Please mute yourself. I don't know who that is. I'll be forced to mute everybody if, if all of you, none of you are, muting, whoever is. Okay. Guys, please mute yourself.
Arjun and Redmi Note 9. Please mute yourself.
Yeah. Okay, coming back. Right. So go through that, 20-30 minutes. Please please spend 20-30 minutes every day in the morning going through all maths, stats, LR formulae. Right. Most of you already are aware, we have solved every single problem that is available in the study material as part of our notes. It is available in our notes. Please go through that. If you have any doubt, please go through that particular solution. Right. If you have any queries, feel free to post on forums. You're all seeing how active the forums are. Right. Students are asking questions. Students are also responding to questions, and we are also responding to questions. Please note, I or Suraj or Saibdeep or Sudhar, all of us go through all the questions. There is no way that we miss a question. We actually, even if a student answers, we go through whether the student answers correctly or not. So please ensure that you post a query in the forum, you will get an answer. If a student has already answered and we have not answered, it means that the students, your fellow students' answer is correct. Okay, so this is the second one. Then other point what I wish to highlight is please have a look at our videos of December 21 and June 21 exams. These are guest papers, obviously, because final question paper is not out. So guest papers, and we have solved them. Please go through them if you have not already gone through. Okay, then we also have a video on calculator tips and tricks. Right, this is there in our YouTube channel. Just go and search for in our YouTube channel. Pawan has done a great job on that. Please go and access that particular video. You'll understand. I'm pretty sure all of you already know these tips and tricks. Right. The reason why I'm saying calculated tricks and tips, there's also another reason which I'll tell you once we move forward. Okay, what is the next slide that I have? Yeah, now topic wise importance, right? Topic wise weightage what it gives, right? The time value of money, right, is the most important chapter in math. Okay, so please spend one full day if you honestly ask me on that one. Okay, or probably half day, right? 12 to 16 marks are covered out of it. Then, and I'm talking only about maths, LR and stats, I have subsequent slides. Then ratios, proportion, log, indices, equation, linear inequalities, 8 to 12 marks. Then permutation, combination, your progression, sets, relations, functions, calculus, about 12 to 20 marks. Right. So overall, altogether 40 marks. There will obviously always be slight variations. And I've seen this even in inter as well as final. Nothing is set in stone as far as CA Institute is concerned. So, okay, just because they've said 12 to 16, 100% we will get only between these. Sometimes they ask 18 marks also. Sometimes they ask 10 marks also. Okay. So these are broad guidelines. You will learn the concepts of materiality when you move into CA inter. What is important is substance and not the form. So you have to understand that whatever are given are just guidelines. Nothing is cast in stone. CA Institute is not bound to follow this particular logic, but they will try their best to follow this particular guidelines what they've given. Okay, so please note that part. Next. So there are 4 chapters in LR. All 4 are equal weightage, 4 to 6 marks. Chapters into 5, you'll get probably 20 marks of questions. Right. Then coming to stats. Right. Stats. The first 2 chapters, statistical description of central tendency and dispersion, is about 18 to 20 marks, the biggest chunk. And probability and theoretical distribution about 10 odd marks, correlation, regression 4 to 5 marks, index numbers about 4 to 5 marks, right? So this adds up to again to 40 marks, so total 100 marks. Now, before we move further, actually, one of the things that I want to highlight specifically on stats is you may end up getting a bunch of theory questions, right? So don't unnecessarily get worked up about it. Okay. If you know the answer, you will write. If you don't know the answer, you will not write. Just by flipping pages and seeing 3 pages of theory, don't unnecessarily get tensed or worked up. It is going to happen. You will know the answers. Top and then not. What will happen is you will forget the answer just by getting scared. It is very, very simple. If you're not scared, then brilliant. I am giving this advice only to the people who may be scared. Okay, so please don't take me otherwise. Okay. On exam day, right? What are the things that you're supposed to do on exam day? Do not cram anything on last day. So as I told you, even now, don't learn anything fresh. On exam day specifically, on that day, don't try to, I know this question. I know that question. My friend told me that question. My friend told me this question. There is that MCQ. There is this, website. There is that video. Please don't do all those things. I sincerely request you not to do all those things, because all those things, and I have done, and I'm telling this to you out of experience, and I'm pretty sure even Sahibdeep will tell you, whatever you study in the last 20 minutes or last 5 hours or 3 hours, very rarely, even a single mark actually comes out of it. Right? Very, very rarely. Right? Very, very, I mean, height of luck is that, you study something in last 1 hour and you get it in the exam. Okay? It is almost always, it never happens. 99.9% of the time. Okay. So don't cram anything, just walk into the exam hall. Whatever you had to do, you've done in 6 months. Okay. Just by studying that half an hour or 1 hour extra on the last exam day, no magic is going to happen. Okay, that is first part. Second, please, I hope you all know that calculator is allowed, but not a scientific calculator. The reason why I was asking you guys to go through the video on calculator tips and tricks is because, you can check out the kind of calculator that we use there. Only those kind of calculators are allowed. Okay, not your fancy, smartwatch calculator. I have some fancy, my uncle gave me something from US, some scientific calculator. My brother is doing CFA. I want the CFA calculator. All those things are not allowed. Only simple, Casio or Citizen calculators, what we have been using, what, my team has been showing in multiple videos, that is what is going to be, that is what you're expected to carry. Okay. Next, there is no extra time in this particular paper. That is, for paper 1 and 2, you actually get 15 minutes of extra time to flip through the pages. This paper 3 and 4, maths and stats and, BCK and economics, you don't get 15 minutes extra time. I hope you all know that. Right. If you've not known, please know it now. You won't get extra time. That's the first part. Second, this paper is 2 hours long for 100 marks. Okay. So 100 marks, 2 hours. 2 hours is 120 minutes. Each minute is 60 seconds. So 7,200 seconds, 100 marks. That is, each is 72 seconds. Okay. Which is why speed is very important. But is speed more important or accuracy more important? Accuracy is more important. Why? Because there is negative marking. If you guys randomly go do inky, pinky, ponky and all of that, inky, pinky, ponky, exam will go to donkey, right? You have to necessarily write the answers, which is correct, which at least you think is correct, not what you guessed as correct. You have to write it properly. Okay. You have to bubble it properly. You have to mark it properly, right? Don't do fancy inky, pinky, ponky, what I was telling you. And second thing, this is something that I think IC has done a wonderful job removing ranks in foundation. A lot of people may be upset that, we have removed this ranks, people who are studying well or not, there is no incentive and all. Their life is there for you to get enough incentive rewards. Your next 30 years of your corporate life is about becoming the best employee, most promoted employee, and all of that. Okay, you'll have enough opportunities in life to get recognized. Okay, here, because there is no rank, there is no pressure. Score 100, I want to score 99. Right from childhood, I've been a 100-mark student. Please forget all of that. Your goal is to pass the exam. What exam? All 4 exams. You have to get minimum 40 subject, average of 50 across all subjects. Maths, LR, and stats is a wonderful opportunity to score maximum marks. Don't go with ego. Don't don't take it to heart. I have to get every question 100. It doesn't matter. Nobody is going to award you anything. Okay, write correct answers, and even if you leave 5 marks, no problem. The point, you see, will you be happy if you get 95 and you move into CA Inter, or will you be happy if you get 100, but then you some other subject or some other place in trying to get this, you unnecessarily lose a lot of marks, right? So don't be in the zone of trying to score the maximum. If you're getting it, very good. If you're not getting it, even good. Okay, please go with that logic. Otherwise, you're unnecessarily harming or hurting yourself. Okay, when you look at the question paper, when you flip through the question paper, please solve the easiest ones first, come back to the harder ones later. Okay, there is no rule that you have to solve in order. Go by any order. Okay, please solve the easiest ones first, bubble them, have so much confidence. When you look at the bubble sheet, that is full, right? Let us say 100 questions, out of 100 questions, you answered 60 questions in 1 hour. Okay, then next 1 hour, you only have to answer 40 questions. Automatically you'll become relaxed. And I have done this not only in my competitive exams. I've done this in multiple exams. Okay, so believe me when I say this, I have also been through the same. Okay, so it is important to answer the simple questions first, right? And a lot of people think that there is no space. I have to use the same question paper, and all of that. They give you a rough sheet, ask for it. Want, erase on the rough sheet and write it again, but they will give you a rough sheet if you ask for it. If they don't give, then you use your question paper and move forward. Okay, next, what next what I have is what I told you, solve easy questions first and come back to harder ones next, then fill the OMR sheet then and there. Okay, so this is something that I'm telling you because one of my friends who did this stupidity. He solved all the problems, he noted down all the problems in the question paper, and later on he went about filling all the bubbles in the answer sheet in the last 5 minutes, and he made mistakes on copying the right answer into the bubble sheet. Okay, OMR. When I say bubble sheet, OMR sheet is what I mean. Okay, please don't do such kind of stupid things. Okay, humble request. As and when you're solving, then and there you're marking it. As and when you're solving, then and there you're marking it, and please mark it with a HB pencil. Why pencil? So that you can erase if it is wrong. Okay, that is the logic. And carry erasers, carry pencils, HB pencils. All this. I need not tell. All of you have been discussing this for a long time. Okay, but the roll number, write it with black pen. Don't say that, sir, I was starting writing the roll number with black pen, then I continued bubbling the OMR sheet with the same black pen. Gaya. Okay, if you make a mistake, you're the one who's going to suffer. Okay, so please don't do things like that. Use black pen for writing your roll number. Use the HB pencil for filling the bubble. Guys, please mute yourself. I don't know who this is. Saibdeep, I think you can mute the people, anyone who's talking.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Then, as I said, use a normal pen. Don't use a gel pen. That is one of the recommendations they give. Then it is a scoring paper. As I said, use it to get maximum marks. If you are getting 100, great, but don't try for that 100. That is my humble request. Okay, don't force yourself for that 100, because in that process you lose more marks than what you gain. And we have known a lot of people. My team, Saibdeep, Suraj, Sudha, we have all seen a lot of people losing out on aggregate in foundation because there are no exemptions also. And you see, it is the first level itself. You get into trouble in C. Your entire experience will be like, what am I doing from level 1? This is a pain. So, the entire experience is going to be negative. So please don't get in the negative zone. Your goal is to pass with maximum possible marks. Goal is not to pass with 100 in every subject. Please note, if somebody is getting it, brilliant, let him get. That is not your problem. Your goal is to pass. Okay. Then, guys, I don't know why you're doing this kind of things. Scribbling on screen. I'll just a sec, disable annotation for others. Yeah. Okay, so these are the things what I had for all of you. Is Pawan in? Let me just check if Pawan is in. I'll add him to the session. No, Pawan is not in. So I think let us continue. Now I'm open for questions. Guys, can you please pose the questions about in the Zoom chat box, and I'll be happy to answer. Which color pen we should use for exam? Black, non-gel, black, non-gel, not gel, black. Okay. Next, what else? Okay, then let me check if there are any questions in the chat. I don't see any questions in the chat. Okay, so guys, these are the things that I had to discuss with you. So let me know if you have any further questions, or you want to discuss something. I'm more than happy to discuss. Please let me know.
There's a question in the Zoom chat, Shira.
Okay, let me just check. Sir, which part, LR or stats or math, should be solved first? Whatever you are comfortable. This is a question from whom? Ishika. Which part or LR stat? Whatever you are comfortable, Ishika. I will not say anything what you're I will not know what you're comfortable with. So please choose what you're comfortable with. If you're comfortable with maths, just flip through the paper. Whatever you see is easy. Please go and solve. That is also a way. Okay. There is no specific logic that you should do LR first and all that. And they also jumble questions. Okay. So that is one. Then just a sec, guys. How to cover maximum times of questions in less time. That is exactly what I told you. That you have to go. Zeal Karya is basically whatever you've understood. Whatever is your easy topic or whatever you're most comfortable. I think you should solve those. Please explain in Telugu. I'm sorry, Nagamani. CA Foundation exam is actually held in English, and you have a subject called BCR where you're talking about business communication. And as expected future chartered accountants, I believe that the communication language should be English. So I'm sorry, we will not be able to explain in Telugu or any other language for that matter. In maths, which portion is important? I just explained the topics. Time value of money is the most important chapter in maths. Please spend at least half a day or 1 day on it. Then is it advisable to leave out calculus? See, if you've already done calculus, there's no reason to leave it out. Okay, if you have not done calculus, please don't touch it. Okay, that's my suggestion. This is my suggestion to Avni Patel. Then what else? Integration, differentiation, weightage marks. No, man, I really do not know because you can check out both December 21 paper and June 21 paper, what we solved. And in both the cases, you'll see that there's no exact mark split between differentiation and integration. This was Pavitra's question. Then what was the next one? Devi, where can I get the formula sheet? It is there in free resources on our website. Go to free resources, notes, CA Foundation, then paper 3, you can get it. Then, is it allowed to solve questions on question paper? You can use it. You can use your pencil to solve it on the question paper. However, if there is if you have a rough sheet, my suggestion is use the rough sheet. In statistics, probability is the most important according to weightage of marks. No, I just showed you that sheet, right? I just showed you that sheet, which is, let me come there. Yeah, in statistics, index numbers 4 to 6 marks, probability and theoretical distribution 10 to 12 marks. So the weightage is given here, right? So beyond this, I can't be able to exactly say that whether probability alone is more important or not important. I don't think I'll be able to comment on that. Then How to score maximum? How many marks for negative question? So correct answer is 1 mark. Negative incorrect answer is minus 0.25 marks. Okay. Use HB pen to circle the answer. Can we use a black ball pen? You please use a black ball pen. That is, the choice is yours. But my point with using a black ball pen for circling, as Ishika has asked in the OMR sheet, is if you make a mistake, gone. You can change the answer. Okay. So which is why don't use a black ball pen for circling in the OMR sheet. And please ensure that you circle fully. If you circle 2 bubbles for the same question, you will not get marks. Okay, please don't please don't do mistakes like that. In probability, sir, theory is important or practical? Both, no? How can nobody can predict the question? Nobody can predict which is important, which is not important. Okay, so this is unfortunately, even though there is some guidelines on what are important topics, it does not mean that ICA will exactly follow a strategy where they will give 3 marks practical from probability, 3 marks theory from probability. No, I mean, we're in a professional course, and I don't think we should expect anything like that. Okay. Does ICA provide grace marks for wrong questions? I've seen multiple wrong questions. Yes, absolutely. It's a good point. In fact, I missed it. Very good, Charles. Thanks for highlighting. ICA does give grace marks. So if you see a wrong question, my suggestion is, sometimes they give, this is what I've heard. Okay. So ICA doesn't specify how they give the marks, but sometimes, they add the marks if anyone who has attempted it, and sometimes they add the marks for everyone. So my suggestion is, if you see a wrong question, right, if you're very sure that the question is wrong, please mark the answer that is the closest. And I'm pretty sure that ICA will give marks, grace marks. In max, how can we get maximum marks? What do you mean, how can we get maximum marks, Pallav? You have to solve all the questions, then you'll get maximum marks. What else can I say? What do you expect me to say? Because there is no way anyone can actually predict what the question paper is and how you can get maximum marks. If you're prepared in the last 9 months, I'm pretty sure that you'll get maximum marks. You're asking strategy. I'm telling you, first finish off the easy questions, then come back to the harder ones. That is the simplest strategy that will work across all subjects, whether it is foundation, inter, or final, believe me. And I tell the same thing to students in SFM and final, that solve the easy question and first, and then come to the tough questions. Vijay Kumaran to everyone. I'm using pencil for shading in OMR, but I've shaded some with black. Is it okay? No, it is okay, man. Nothing. No heavens are going to fall. They will not reduce marks for sharing in different shading the OMR sheet. Okay, so that is not an issue, Vijay Kumaran. Okay, then what else, guys? What else?
Shriram, I'd like to add a couple of things.
Yeah.
One student, am I audible, right?
Yeah, you're audible. Please go ahead.
So, one student had asked about whether they can solve the question on question paper. So while you are solving the question on the question paper, make sure that you mark the circle on the OMR sheet. Sometimes I've seen students, they solve the question and they'll take the option in the question paper itself and forget to mark it in the OMR sheet. So that's one thing you should be careful. And second, specifically about probability. So I was checking meanwhile this session. So theory questions have not been asked for the 2 papers that we solved. So theory questions are more expected in statistical description of data, and more or less in probability you be asked for a practical question.
Okay. Now Pallav has asked one more question. What can we do in logical reasoning? Logical reasoning is the easiest. If you ask me, it is a sure shot 20. Okay, and in logical reasoning also they have given wrong questions a couple of times. Okay, believe when I am writing the paper, I typically would choose the easiest questions first. So in that, probably I'll look at few questions of math, then few questions of LR, few questions of stats, and then come back again. Okay, I'll flip the paper. Whatever is the question, whatever is the question that is simpler for me, I'll just go and solve it. And logical reasoning for me personally is very easy. I teach it, and I really like that topic or subject, and hence. I would go for it, but I would solve it first. But what we can do, I don't know. Logic is something that you have to, you have to build on your own. I can't teach you logic, right? Coming to the next, as you said, on OMR sheet, use pencil, don't use black pen. But pencil marking gives us marks. Yes, of course they give us marks as long as you color it fully, as long as you color it dark, as long as it is full, as long as you don't color it in 2 places. Ashwini, you will get OMR. Even if you mark with pencil on OMR sheet, you will get marks. Then Ishika, I'm habitual to mark the same after solving, as it will take more time to after solving the whole paper. Yes, you are right, Ishika. That is what I am also suggesting. Then Pallav, when do you see a foundation in maths? How can do best in maths? I mean, I don't know why if you ask the same question, active voice and passive voice, I can't answer because you have to, maths is something you have to know, you have to understand, you have to understand the concept and then go and attempt the questions. You will get tricky questions, of course, in exam. How can we do best in maths? You please learn all the topics, right? Please learn, as I said, every day in the morning, wake up and do 20 minutes of formula, go through the formula sheet. And then after that, spend time in, those 6 or 7 days, every day, take 4 or 5 chapters, finish those, write 2 mock tests. And believe me, you'll be very, very comfortable in math. This entire math stats LR, and same thing applies for other subjects also. How many times I want to revise a chapter? I think at the moment, right now that we are in the last 20-25 days, I think you should revise each chapter only once. You should not spend too much time revising a chapter, but do that once, do it thoroughly. Spend 4 hours or 3 hours or 5 hours revising a chapter thoroughly. Okay. Then Mukesh Sharma, is it okay to leave 2 to 3 hard chapters? See, when you leave a chapter, you basically are reducing the scope for you to score maximum marks. Okay, if you're leaving 1 hard chapter, I'm okay. But if you're leaving 3 hard chapters, then I'm slightly doubtful. There are only 18 chapters in maths. Out of that, I've given you the weightage also. If these 3 hard chapters together contribute to, let's say, 15 marks or 20 marks, then you're attempting the paper only for, you're not attempting, you're prepared only for 80 marks. In that, how many will you attempt? Nobody knows. So you're basically reducing the scope of or the chance to score maximum marks. So I would say 1 chapter fine, 2 chapters okay, but 3 I would say I wouldn't really recommend. But if you have no other choice, if you find it too tough, then it's obviously your call. Then Abhi says, is it compulsory to see additional questions? Yeah, in the study material, yes. So in fact, one of the issues what what we have seen happen is a lot of questions in the exam are fairly simple. Okay, out of 100 marks, roughly about 50 marks is usually fairly simple. Right, it can contain from chapters that you have not studied also, but that is a different issue. So 50 marks is easy. 20 to 30 marks is medium. Okay, and 20 marks is tough, or 10 to 12, 15 marks is tough. Now this 10 to 15 marks, right, they're actually asking questions which are not have been asked in, let's say past exams or, study material or additional questions, but they're of some of them, have a similar type. Right. So my suggestion is that don't skip any of the additional questions, because these medium to tough questions can typically come from these additional question bank. Right. And we have solutions for all these additional questions in our notes. Okay. So please go through them, and I'm sure it will meet your requirement. Then solving MTP and RTP enough to pass? No, man. You not only MTP and RTP. This is Nikita, right? Not only MTP, RTP, you have to necessarily take 2 marks. You have to necessarily do 6-7 days of revision. You have to necessarily go through all the formulae 20 minutes a day for next 20 days. You have to necessarily know the concepts. Nobody can tell you that, only solve MTP, RTP, you'll pass the exam. I don't think it is. Probably somebody else is saying, let them say. I don't think I'll be able to say that. In which chapter can we do additional questions of book? My suggestion is go to time value of money. Okay, that is the most important chapter if you honestly ask me. So my suggestion, additional questions, please go to time value of money. How many rough sheets? As far as I know, 1 page is what is typically given. But you can check this out in with the exam invigilator, whoever is there. But as far as I know, 1 sheet is given. Sums given in our module sufficient for good score, Ashwini? No, as I told you, about 50 marks will come from given in module. 30 to 40 marks will be slightly tougher. Then 10 to 15 marks will be tough questions, fairly tough questions, which are not from your module, right? Then what is the deadline you give to write the first and second mock test? Just to plan my schedule. Guys, whoever is this, whoever is, doing this, let us please block this person. Whoever is doing this, annotate. I thought I already disabled annotation. Disable annotation for others. Yeah. Okay, so what is the question? What is the deadline you give for writing first? Yeah, so I think you should finish your mocks. 30th is when the second mock comes out. So I think within next 3-4 days of getting the mocks, I think you should finish them and close it. Then only time value of money. Yeah, so you asked me a question for which chapter should we do additional questions of the book. I said the most important chapter from maths is time value. Obviously, there are other chapters also. Please do for other chapters as well, Pallab. Then Devaki, is RTP MT question there for? Yeah, I don't know who's this man. Sadly, mute them, no, please.
Yes, I'm muted.
Is RTP, MTP question there for paper 3? Yes, of course it is there, no? It is there, no? You have mock tests that institute themselves give, Devika. So this was Devika's question. Are RTP, MTP questions there for paper 3? Yes, they are there. Please go check our free resources. You will get all of those. Right? Any further questions, guys? I think I've answered. Can we carry 2 calculators? I think you can. If I'm not wrong, I think you can, because I have seen it. I think I've also done it once because one of my calculators was not working properly. I think it should. You can carry. It's not an issue. But please ensure that all of you change the batteries for calculators before the exam. Then in logical reasoning, I'm not understanding concept of letter series. How can you help me out? Arey boss, LR is the whole course is available as free course on our website. Okay, Anjali. So please log into the website, our website, select your profile as CA Foundation, and you'll get the entire LR as a free course. Please take the course. I cannot explain letter series now in this particular call. Right. Then where will I get match formula sheet? It is there in our free resources, guys. Just go to our free resources on our website, then select notes, the CA Foundation, and then you'll get it there, paper 3. Okay. What else? So somebody saying, Pallav, most of the questions are coming from MTP, RTP. Again, I'm repeating, yes, they are coming from study material, MTP, RTP, but we'll also get few new questions, probably 10 to 15 new questions, which are not there anywhere. Okay, or which kind of questions are not there anywhere. But yes, you will get good amount of questions from MTP, RTP. So where will I get formula sheet? Arey, madam, how many times should I say where the formula sheet is? Saibdeep, I think you should share the formula sheet as part of this particular, in this video's description.
Sure, we'll add that in description.
We'll add that to the YouTube video description. Okay. Then
also the calculator video tricks, we'll add that.
Yeah, please add that. Do we get revision classes for paper 3? So revision class for paper 3, let me check with the faculty, but I see the whole the problem with doing revision for this particular paper is that it has 18 chapters. Okay, unlike let's say other subjects where you have fewer number of chapters, and each chapter you have to get into deep into concepts. Right? We already have some revision videos uploaded on YouTube. You can check with that. But I'm not sure if because if you have to do revision, right, you have to teach the entire concept of let's say permutation combination. You have to start from ground up, and that alone will take the one entire 1.5 hours. Right. And if you want to do that for all 18 chapters, it's going to be a tough ask. That is the problem with doing a revision class for this particular subject. But nevertheless, we have some videos on YouTube. Please check them out. I want revision for probability and theoretical distribution. Let me check with the faculty. We'll get back because I'm not really sure if we can, I can comment right away on revision thing. Questions are also from book in quantitative aptitude. Yes, Pallav, questions are being asked from the study material. They are being asked from MTP, RTP. There also new questions are being asked from outside. Okay, I am not saying no, that I am not saying anything which says that questions are not being asked from study material. They are being asked from book in quantitative aptitude. Okay, then what else, guys? Anything else? In accounting, we are given a booklet to write the answer. So do we have to check the booklet fully as I've done in my public exam? What do you mean check the booklet? Here it's an OMR sheet, no? What is there to check in the OMR sheet? You are giving an OMR sheet with bubbles. So you have to just got to check whether, and you have to return the question paper also. Okay, so you have to just ensure that you have bubbled all the right answers. Okay, take revision for important topics. Yes, we will. I will try and check and get back. We want revision for more weighted chapters. I will just check. I will check on that and get back. Is it a must to purchase scanner? I don't think you will do any major value addition by purchasing a scanner today. Okay, if you're preparing for November 22, please go ahead and purchase a scanner. But if not, I don't see any value add by purchasing a scanner today. Okay, please finish. We have solved, boss. There are thousands of questions we have solved in the entire study material. Additional question bank also has been solved, and in handwritten notes is available on our website. Okay, can we end the session? Yes, we are ending the session, Nishika. I think you can leave, no problem. In accounting paper 1, no, but this is a paper 3 thing. No, you'll have a subsequent session. Vijay Kumaran, you will have a subsequent session for paper 1 by Suraj. Please ask your questions on that. Then Vijay, you're preparing for foundation and it seems paper 3 stuff as your maths and maths seem interesting, but same time difficult. Yes, that is the challenge. You have to go through it. Please go through our videos. You'll understand. Can you give marathon video in YouTube? No, man. As I told you, we will probably try and do important topics, but beyond that, nothing else. Right. So guys, I think we are done. I've answered most of the questions that what you guys have asked. We have spent a good amount of time. I've given you what are the insights, how you should prepare, what are the things you should keep in mind, what are the mistakes that you should not do. Please, study well, take good care of your health. And believe me, exam is actually more a mind game than actually a game of knowledge, strength or, intellect and all of that. Even Sachin Tendulkar used to say that it is cricket is 90% in mind and 10% bat and ball. Okay. So I wish you all the very best and we see you. I hope to see you all enrolling with us for CA Inter. Chalo. Okay. Chalo guys. See you. All the best.
Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.